Okay. All right. This is another one I want to talk about just briefly. Um, the models, there are parameters you can set um, to change the behaviors slightly. For example, you can define the max new tokens or change some of the parameters in the final output stage of the model using the top P or top K random sampling or the temperature. So we're gonna cover that quickly here. Right. We're going to talk about the transformer model and also the network architecture. But essentially, at the very last stage of the model, it has a softmax function that will basically generate probabilities for all the possible tokens. So for each token, let's use word to simplify the representation here. Let's say these are the tokens that the model will generate with certain probability. And if we do so-called greedy sampling, that means we always generate the one with the highest probability at any step. And of course, you're going to take the highest probability. But if we do random sampling, then we have a chance that we will be able to generate a different sample from this all vocabulary. So that's the greedy versus random sampling. For the random sampling, we have so-called top K and top P, which K and P are the parameters you can choose to set. For the top K and random sampling is where we rank them in probability of these tokens, and then depends on the K, we could choose from one of these three or choose one from top 10 or 20 tokens. So we can have a range that we can set in terms of random sampling. Top P random sampling is where we choose the token among these highest ranking tokens whose aggregated probability is P. So let's say if we say P is 32% or 0.32. So for this example, because the top three tokens, their probability aggregated together is 3.2. That's the top P. So essentially, the model will pick one out of the three randomly because they fall into that top P range. And of course, depends on which parameter you use, the sampling method. For the same list of probabilities, you will likely choose a different output. So the model will give you a different output. Temperature is another interesting parameter you can set that helps control the randomness of the model. Essentially, how much of creativity you want the model to be. If you want a cooler temperature, that means you have this sort of a peak probability compared to the other possible tokens in the vocabulary. Whereas if you have a higher temperature, you have a flatter probability, so the more evenly distributed. So with this temperature value, you can tune the model output to be like more creative, more conservative. And of course, these numbers are very model dependent. So the same number will give you probably different effect on model 1 versus model 2. But this is something you can change. Now you may ask how to change that. Actually, we have example in the GitHub repo that you can try it out.